So in the background, if you're paying attention, you can hear my dog play with his rubber chicken. Here he is. Anyway, this is James. I have another stack of comics from my LCS Buy Me Toys. I want to share what I got. Hey, this is James from Read More Comics. Please do like, share, subscribe, hit the bell in the corner so that way you get notifications anytime I post new content and you can hear me ramble on about comic books. As I was sharing, I went to my LCS. It had been personally, for my family, a crazy week. And so I didn't get there until yesterday, had the day off. It was a gorgeous day in beautiful Mishawaka, Indiana. And I ended up with a stack of comics. Now, I did stop by two other places, stop by Half Price Books. There wasn't anything really I was looking for. I picked up a couple movies, one of which I'll be returning because it won't read on my DVD player. And then I went to Warehouse Comics and Games, looking for a couple things. Also thinking I was out of bags, which I was, and they had some resealable ones. They didn't have the right boards, though. Like, they had modern current bags, but only modern boards, which is a smidge, maybe an eighth of an inch, too narrow. So I didn't end up getting those. I'm on the verge of being out of boards also, apparently. So let's go ahead and get into it. A couple big books this week. The first one, we have Absolute Wonder Woman. This is the 2026 annual #1. And this is the Hayden Sherman variant cover, which I thought was absolutely gorgeous. I love this down here. Just, you know, we have the Greek architecture with the columns. And up at the top, I can't quite make out what that is. Anyway, so and if you haven't been reading Absolute Wonder Woman, I know Batman gets a lot of heat because it's an awesome read, and it's off the walls good read. Wonder Woman, also a good read. Then we have Aquaman issue number 14. This is a DC KO tie-in. Check that out. We have the Omega symbol right here. And they've been kind of seeding this. I think it's Jeremy Adams on writing with the connection to Darkseid since like the very first issue. So this has been going on more than a year where they've been kind of foreshadowing some connection with Darkseid. This is a DCKO tie-in. And honestly, it's been a really fun read. We have the last issue of Batman and Robin. This is the Daniel Warren Johnson run, which has been phenomenal. Up until Matt Fraction taking over Batman, this was the best main DC Universe continuity Batman book. It was definitely a detective yarn. So we have issue number 30 right there. This is the A cover. We have DCKO issue number 4. This is the A cover, also the acetate cover. This has been crazy fun. Excuse me. My allergies have been killing me. I did not think DCKO would be as much fun when I read the preview way back. When was this? Last summer or something? You know, Scott Snyder, we're doing this thing. It's going to be a fight book. And I'm like, it just, like, as an event, it did not, like, hit any of the beats that I was hoping it would off the description. But I picked up, what was it? I picked it up because this issue right here, you can actually see them on the front cover. Look right here. Absolute Superman, Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman. This was going to be their introduction to the main universe, right? And so I'm like, okay, I'll just get the main books. It's been really good. You can get away with just reading the DCKO books. I don't think the tie-ins seem to be as essential to that. I have been picking up the Superman tie-ins because David Aja did the covers for the first 3 issues, and they were killer. And so it was just covered by, and so I picked up the last one also, which has been really good too. So highly recommend DCKO. With it being on issue number 4, I think we got 6 issues, so it's going to be a bit longer. Just get the trade. We have G.I. Joe Real American Hero. This is the 25th issue. Well, it's 325th issue, but it's the 25th issue done by Skybound. And I think this is the introduction of a couple new Joes. I saw on one of the variant covers, it said RC and someone else. My favorite character right there, Roadblock. Back in the 80s, my very first G.I. Joe was Roadblock right there. Not the one with the weird vest. He had like kind of the tank top on it. So loved Roadblock. Let's, yeah, looking at it. Oh, Tunnel Rat. Awesome character too. Remember him from the G.I. Joe movie. So that's been kind of a fun read. That's a total nostalgia itch that's been scratching. We have Mortal Legend Batman issue number 6. This last issue. Excuse me. This is the variant cover. Now, what I just checked that out. That is super cool. They had something like this for it was Action this past week, which like has gone crazy on the secondary market. But I thought that was cool. We have Rocket Fellers by Ghost Machine. This is one of their Family Odysseys. Peter J. Tomasi, Francis Manipul, been killing it. This is issue number 12. This is not the cover I ordered, but I saw it and I went, okay, I'm going to swap. Now, I want to qualify this. I'm not a big fan of the homaged band here, Pink Floyd. Not my cup of tea. But that is a killer cover. So got that. We have Spider-Man Noir issue number 5. This is the final issue. This has been a cover by, I have not read any of Eric Larson's stuff before. Just haven't. But Simone DeMeo has been doing the A cover. So I really wish he was doing the interiors too. If you want to see his interior work, check out Batman and Robin, the very first beginning of it with Josh Williamson, the first arc or so, had Simone DeMeo, and then We Only Find Them When We're Dead over at Boom Studios. Al Ewing was doing the writing. That's kind of this sci-fi. It's really kind of a psychedelic sci-fi. And he did the interiors there. I found his interiors on that to be a little difficult at moments to kind of envision what's going on. Last one, this is a holiday books. We have Thundercats Valentine's Day special. This is the Nicola Baldiari cover, which is pretty much why I got it. She did connecting covers for Fantastic Four Fanfare this past summer. Really, really cool. So there are all my pulls. And then, slowly trekking across the Midwest, I got a mail call from Graham Crackers Comics. As a part of my collecting goal this year, I am putting aside some of the nonsense that I did last year, where it's like, I'm looking for them in the wild. It's like, okay, I have a handful of places. And don't get me wrong, I'm not in a comic book desert, but I have a handful of places in the area, in the Midwest, within easy driving distance. And those places didn't have the books I was looking for. So I need to tap into online sources to complete my goal. And that's what this is. Had a little bit leftover money in January for my comic book budget. So I picked these, I ordered these, which is kind of narrowing the gap on, well, I won't spoil it. So I'm going to open it now. I'll fast forward it because you don't need the ASMR. Okay, I'm not fast forwarding it. I expected a lot more, and I didn't get it. So I'm going to keep this guy, put that right over there, put up my left-handed scissors. See, left-handed, my wife loves me. And let's see what we got. Okay, we got invoice. So I got 4 books. First up, we have Fantastic Four issue 207. They said this was a VF, and looking at it, it has a couple spine ticks, but it's still an awesome looking cover for, you know, what is this, late Bronze Age? So check that out. It's a couple spine ticks over here. Otherwise, it looks pretty good. Yeah, it's just right up there. So that's a cool cover. And this is, I don't remember who did this one. I'm sorry. This is pre-John Byrne. That's what I remembered, because all of these books are just before John Byrne started on the run. Then we have issue 202. This is interesting. Have you ever seen this? There you can see the tape where, like, they put the opening to the bag on the bottom. I've never understood that. So here's 202. Very cool looking cover right there, featuring the overpowering evil of Quasimodo. See them on TV Saturday mornings on NBC. Why wouldn't you? Oh, this is, let's go back to 207. I missed the byline here. This is it, the battle you've been begging for. Human Torch versus Spider-Man. And look at that right down here. Destroy Spider-Man, my puppet. Might of the Monocle. That is awesome. This stuff is so cheesy, right? We have Fantastic Four issue number 2001. Four Dooms to Destroy the FF. Look at this. Foam snuffs flame. Lasers lash out down here. Gravity goes wild. And then Spore X kills. That is awesome. And then we have issue 2208 from 1979. Fantastic Four. Now nothing that lives can stop the Sphinx. There you go. So those are the four books I picked up. And I feel that this issue might be a key. I don't know. Looking at the prices, it was this one and issue 207. These two, they were a little bit more, you know, if we average them out, they're about $10 a piece, which these are VF near mint. And I'm going to be honest with you, because they bundle shipping, they do an immaculate job packing. I have only been happy with Graham Cracker Comics in the past. I'm okay if I'm paying what isn't, like, you know, dollar bin prices for early Bronze Age books like this that are in fabulous shape. So let me know what you think about my haul, what you think about my mail call, these beautiful Bronze Age Fantastic Four comic books. Leave a comment down below. Hit the like button. Let me know what you're thinking about me just rambling on about comics. I'm being a little redundant there. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, life is a lot better when you read more comics.